I'm a little sad. I don't know if you can see it, but I put some purple color in here. I found my color that I can actually use in my hair. It's the L'Oreal Colorista hair makeup. It's a 1-day color. It's another temp color. It's very loose. It doesn't mess with my curl pattern, but I don't know if you guys can see it. So hello and welcome to Domi Tries This. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is actually my husband's, and it says Merry Sithmas on it. As you can see, it's Darth Vader in front of a fireplace with stockings, and there's a letter to Santa, and there's a tree, and yeah, this was a gift from my daughter, and I'll pull that a little closer so you can take a look at that. This was a gift from my oldest daughter to my husband. And I was sitting there looking for a Christmas mug that I haven't used yet. And he went ahead and let me borrow this one for our video today. Today's tea is a mix of white chocolate mocha and spiced dragon chai. I double bagged both because, as I recall, in a big mug that I had before, the flavors didn't quite show up. So we're going to see if they show up together now in this one. It has been steeping for a few minutes as I've gotten ready. So let's just go ahead and give her a try and see if 4 bags of tea actually did it this time. I love the smell of this. Well, the mocha's in there. Getting a little bit of the spices. Hopefully they'll all come up a little bit better once we get done with our video. So today I am reviewing an older line from Bodyworks. This line actually really helped with my hair this summer. Most of these products are lower down with the glycerin, and I was having a lot of problems with glycerin this past summer. And not all of them, though. There's a couple of them that have higher on the glycerin. So, but this product line did really help my hair this summer. And that is the Bodyworks Coconut Shea line. I have 8 of the 10 items, and I've tried another one of them. I tried their balm, I think it was, and in the end I decided it just wasn't for me and my hair. But then I've tried others of these products previously, and they weren't for my hair either. So maybe I should try the balm again. And I think they also have an edge control glaze or something like that. So don't use much edge control. In fact, I'm using less now that I'm kind of having to not put my hair up when I'm doing my makeup. So I don't have the edge control and I haven't used it. Anyway, like I said, this Coconut Shea line really did save my hair over the summer. There are some hits and misses in it, though. There's a couple of things that I've used all the time. In fact, there's one of them that I think I have repeatedly mentioned in previous videos about my hair. But let's go ahead and get through it. So this line does not have a regular conditioner. It has a shampoo and it has a leave-in. It has a co-wash. It has a treatment mask. It has an elixir, which is like a serum for your hair. It has a curl defining cream, a pudding, and a gel. And then, like I said, the 2 items I don't have. So I have everything except those other 2 items. And the first one of these is the shampoo. This is a looser but creamy consistency and low to no lather. Next to no slip. The ends felt dry and my hair was tangled when I was done. Y'all know if something tangles my hair, I usually don't use it again. So I haven't used this very often. I used it once or twice. I used it a couple times in the summer, and then I used it again recently to remind myself about how it worked for my hair. I've been using so many hair products lately, that's new. Anyway, rinsing and finger detangling took a bit of work, and I finally resorted to my easy Detangler Brush, which I next to never use without any kind of conditioner in my hair. I basically used it on wet hair without any product. I don't like doing that. It's much easier to break your hair when you're trying to detangle it when it's wet, especially if you don't have product in it. I don't usually have a lot of problems with tangles, so I can put product in it and use the Easy Detangler to help get my product further distributed through my hair and not have to worry about it too much because, like I said, I don't usually have any tangles, but this really created some some tangles in it. There was no way to work the conditioner in with the way my hair was without using that detangler. Some of this may have been the glycerin, which is the 4th ingredient on the list, which my hair was still having issues with and still having issues with. This is not a shampoo that I would use again. It probably works for some hair types. It just didn't work for mine. I don't want to say I don't recommend it, because I really do love Bodyworks, but considering how dry this left my hair, this is actually supposed to give, since it's a coconut shea and it says it's a moisture shampoo, I would have expected much more moisture than what I got. So yeah, this is one I'm probably going to go to my neighbor. My neighbors have the kinkier hair, so maybe this will work better on their hair, but it didn't work for me very well. So as I noted, the line does not have a conditioner, so I have used the natural hair mask treatment, both as a conditioner and as a deep treatment mask. This does much better as a deep conditioning treatment. That means when it's not just used on your hair for a few minutes in the shower. Basically, you put it in, then you put on a heat cap that will help open up your hair, open up the cuticle of your hair to help the product to get into your hair. You do that for 20 to 30 minutes with most of these deep treatment conditioning type products. So I much prefer to use it that way. I seem to have better results that way, but even then it is not a favorite. When used in place of conditioner for 15 minutes as directed, it gets very little slip. It takes a bit of work to get into the hair and rinse out, and leaves behind an unpleasant, almost waxy residue, which is really no surprise because it actually has a kind of a wax in it. It has an emulsifying wax in it. On deep conditioning days, it does leave my hair softer and feeling moisturized, but even then there's a bit of a residue. I'm on the fence about finishing this one up, but I probably wouldn't repurchase it. More than likely, I'm probably, like I said, I'm going to give the shampoo to my neighbor. So honestly, I just probably more than likely give it to them. Like I said, it's not a favorite. There are products in this line that I really, really love. So just the fact the first two just don't seem to work for my hair or work for me in particular. And don't take that as a bad kick on Bodyworks. So I'm on the fence about finishing up because, like I said, it's not my favorite. I do have a couple of others that I really love more. More than likely, I'll just go ahead and give it to my neighbor with the shampoo. Because my hair felt dry and had a bit of waxiness to it, I ended up using the co-wash to deal with it. This is something I wouldn't normally do because I try not to double wash my hair during the same day. I do wash my hair a lot during the week, and so I do get kind of concerned about overwashing anyway. So double washing, no. But because my hair just didn't feel right, I ended up using the co-wash. Now the co-wash is one of my favorites. I do recommend the co-wash. This is a creamy and smooth consistency. I didn't open up the mask. The mask is kind of stiff. This is and it has a little bit of movement in the jar. I'm not sure if you can see that it's actually sliding towards the top. It's a very creamy, it looks like it's very heavy, but it's not. It's a very creamy consistency. It's very moisturizing. My hair loves this stuff. The co-wash is such a hit for me. It has a really decent slip. I actually like using this in conjunction with the Bodyworks Castor scalp cleanser. I will use the scalp cleanser on my scalp, and this I will squish a couple times into my actual strands. Using it with the above problems also showed that it does a decent job at cleansing. It got rid of that waxy feeling. My hair no longer had that residue. It had a nice slip. There was a tiny bit of dryness on the ends, but that was probably because of having to re-cleanse and because of the shampoo in particular. It's not anything I've noticed before. My hair was less dry than after the shampoo by itself. So I highly recommend this for a co-wash. This is my primary product for washing my hair during the week, especially since I actually only use shampoo once a week on most weeks. There are weeks that I don't, for whatever reason. But most weeks I just use this for 4 days or 5 days or however many days, and then I shampoo once. And my hair is almost always soft. There's no tangles. There's no dryness. This is a really good co-wash. I do highly recommend it if you're looking for a co-wash. It does have the strong smell of coconut. So me saying that is actually saying something, because y'all know I don't like coconut. But I love this co-wash. It works really, really well with my hair. So next is the actual leave-in conditioner. As you can see, it's a very thick consistency. takes a bit. Thicker consistency, feels like it would be very heavy in the hair, but it goes in nice and light and melts quite into the strands fairly quickly. It doesn't start curls forming the way some others do, but it does help with wet flyaways a bit. I do like it, but it's not as good as my Adwa Biomint leave-in that I like to use. I like it. I'm going to say that. I do like it. It's just that the Adwa Biomint leave-in has become like my mainstay in my routine. That said, I'll keep this for those times when I can't afford the Biomint or when I'm waiting for a new bottle, and I probably would repurchase it, especially if I didn't have the Biomint. So if you're looking for a good leave-in that moisturizes your strands, like I said, it won't necessarily, if you have curly hair, it won't necessarily start your curls forming the way some leave-ins do, which is one of the things the Biomint does, but it is moisturizing. It does have a good slip. It does take care of dryness in the hair. And like I said, it helps with some of what I call my wet flyaways. It's like little pieces that are separate. Like you can see little pieces are kind of separate that separate from the rest of the strands. I get those when my hair is wet. So this does seem to help a little bit with that, and that helps form a really good base for when you're styling later. So next is something that is a holy grail in my hair routine. You guys have heard me mention it before. I've mentioned it repeatedly. I still use it all the time. And that is the Coconut Shea Natural Styling Elixir. This is a holy grail in the line. If I were not to buy anything else in the line, I would still purchase this particular item. It helps with frizz. It really does. Even if it doesn't look like it helps with frizz, it does help with frizz. I have noticed that if I don't use this in between my leave-in conditioner and the rest of my styling products, that I end up with more frizz than if I do use this. I only use it on wet hair, however. It does say that you can use it on wet or dry, as I've noticed that not much of a difference when I use it on dry hair. This is something that the only time I don't use this is if I'm trying a new line and I want to use that line by itself. Otherwise, anything I use has to work with this. The Biomint works with this. The Talia Wajid works with this. So this is a pretty, like I said, it goes in between my leave-in from the shower and my styling products, and it just helps get in there, and it just seems to really help with the frizz a lot. So I have another bottle of this already waiting under the sink, and I intend to buy more when that one is gone. So I have a couple of things that I keep backups up, and this is definitely one of them. Highly, highly, highly recommend. I would recommend this for straight hair if you're looking for something to help with frizz control that you don't want to spray on your hair later. So something to think about for later. For my straight hair girls, the Clo Wash is another one I have backups up already. So the line has two curling creams. The first one is the Natural Curl Defining Cream, which I've been using for a long time. This is a brand new jar. And then they also have the Natural Pudding Souffle. Now the Natural Pudding Souffle is almost like a butter. Not quite. It's not nearly as stiff as most butters that I've run into, but it is definitely not moving anywhere. It's definitely a bit on the heavier side. It has more of a, almost a bounce to it. When you put your finger in, you can feel kind of a bit of a bounce to it that you get with some butters. It's very thick. It's very creamy. You can feel that it is very moisturizing right from when you use it. But when I first opened it, I looked at it and went, oh, wait, that's going to be too heavy for my hair. My hair, I have noticed that less is more with my hair. So using heavy products has a tendency to minimize my curl. And when I opened this, I was like, that's going to be too heavy for my hair. It really is. However, it really did help form the curls before applying a gel. I don't go, I think I've mentioned in the past too, it comes down to not overloading my hair with too much stuff, although I use a lot of stuff. Kind of a contradiction. I go very, very light with any product. So I would put my hand in and scoop up literally just a small amount. Rub that through my hands and scrunch it through my hair. I don't use a lot of any product. I do that with most of my products. It does have glycerin, but it is number 12 on the list, so it's a low glycerin product. It forms the curls. It is really moisturizing. I've actually come to like this more than the Curly Defining Cream for first day hair. It's too heavy for second day hair, I will say that. I very rarely do second day hair, but when I do try to refresh for second day hair, I would not use this because it is definitely way too heavy. I really do like it. I would recommend it and will probably repurchase it. That said, it does not have hold on its own, even though it's really thick like that. It's very creamy. You will need to get a gel if you want hold with this or with the curling treat. They do not have hold to them. What they do is they moisturize your hair and they help to start form the curl. They do not hold the curl. So if you're going to use this, you will need to use a gel. So we'll get to the curl defining cream in a minute. The next thing is this Coconut Shea Natural Curling Jelly. Glycerin is the third ingredient, so I'm struggling with this one. I do like this in a sense, but at the same time, I'm probably going to go ahead and give it to my neighbors because glycerin is the third ingredient. This is very loose, and you can hear that, right? This is very loose and has the consistency, and the color of it reminds me of the Almond Marshmallow Hydration Serum that I really love. They are two different things. I did a comparison of the ingredients. The ingredients are different and in different orders. It's an okay gel, but my hair is still having trouble with the glycerin. And when you scrunch out the crunch, the hold is even softer than I like, which is really odd because I like a soft hold. I don't like a heavy gel. It's going to give me a really stiff hair. I recommend this if you're just looking for a little boost and have no issues with glycerin. I probably won't repurchase it. Like I said, it's probably just going to go to the neighbor. I have other gels that I'm enjoying much more than this, so I probably wouldn't get to finish this before the end of its cycle. They don't have that on here. At any rate, I don't want to give anybody, products that are no longer any good. I don't know why I can't remember what it is. It's a good gel. It's just not, it has some hold. It's just a very soft hold. It's very loose. The glycerin is causing frizz problems for me. So I like it. If you don't have any of those issues, you want a really soft gel, and you don't have an issue with the glycerin, then I can recommend it for you. If you have my issues, I wouldn't recommend it, and I'm not going to repurchase it. All right, so after using the shampoo, the leave-in, the butter, well, the pudding, the elixir, the gel, etc., and after soaking my hair was wetter than usual, leaving me with a really damp t-shirt after scrunching out the excess moisture and the excess product. Basically, I will put in my styling products, my leave-in conditioner, the elixir, my curling cream, my gel, my first gel. I use two gels. I use a lighter gel in the beginning. And I will sit and let that soak into my hair for about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. And usually my hair just soaks it right up, especially with the Adwa stuff. It just like takes it. But with the Coconut Shea, my hair was wetter than usual. And I ended up with a really damp t-shirt after scrunching out all the excess. And I usually don't, there are parts that feel a little wet when I do that with other stuff, but with this, it was really damp. It was really wet all over. Because of the consistency of the gel, I didn't use it a second time for my pre-diffusing gel. Wet curls did look decent for flying the second gel, though there were a few more wet flyaways than I've seen in recent weeks. In recent weeks, I've been working with the Adwa to try to deal with the mess from the dimethicone. So this does not have dimethicone. It's really good for that. And like I said, the co-wash is a favorite. Next is the Curl Defining Cream. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this real quick. Lighter than the pudding, it works nearly as well to encourage the curl. It's a bit less sticky. As you can see, there's no movement, but it's more of a creamy consistency. It doesn't have that bounce to it. When I dip into it, I get quite a bit of it. It's got a nice moisturizing feel to it. I do like this. Because it's a bit thicker, it can seem to stick a bit if the hair isn't wet enough. This is one of those cases where you want to make sure your hair is more than just damp. You want it to be not soaking wet, but wet. And it also has a softer hold than the pudding. and definitely needs a gel to help to keep that keep your curl going. I used to use this mid diffusing to encourage curls a bit more. That's when I first started, and my curls weren't like this. They needed more encouragement to come out and show off. You know, they don't need that much encouragement nowadays. Waiting to see where they'll go, but they needed more encouragement back then. But now it's more for second day hair. It gives a bit more moisture and helps with the curl. Thing is I don't need this for my second day hair. I can use a leave-in conditioner and a little bit of gel, and I have a leave-in that I use, and that will work just as well as using this cream. I like the cream. I don't know if I would repurchase it just because I have other things that I enjoy that seem to work better for second day hair, and the pudding is doing very well on my hair to get the curl started before the gel. So and glycerin is on the 20th ingredient on this, so it's a really low glycerin product, so this is not going to give me too many issues. I don't know if you had glycerin. Oh yes, I mentioned that the pudding had it at number 12. But anyway, I might end up giving this to my neighbor just because, again, I don't think I would use it up in time. I actually bought this before I bought this to try this. So anyway, used together, I get hair that's soft with a soft defined curl. It also tends to be more frizzy since the gel is high in glycerin and doesn't have a strong hold. The frizz, especially around my crown, gets worse through the day. So up in here, it will get worse through the day, especially if it's humid. That's a problem for us curly girls anyway, but anyway, you know. The curls themselves hold up really well. It's just the frizz. I really like the leave-in, the elixir, the pudding, and the cream. The rest I will probably be giving away, and I'm probably going to give away this cream as well. Overall, it's a really good line. It's just you're going to have to figure out which products actually work for you. Like I said, the shampoo does not work for me, but there are other people who I've seen on Instagram and other places who do like the shampoo. It's just it leaves my ends dry, and gives me more tangles. I actually wish they had a regular conditioner instead of the mask. That would be really nice, but you know, it's not a bad line really when you're looking at 50-50 here, and the stuff that I do have, there's one that's a holy grail and the others work really well, so it's not a bad line. You're just going to have to pick and choose which pieces work for you and for your hair. But honestly, that would be true of any kind of line. I love the Bayo Mint line, but the shampoo is not one I would use on a regular basis. I might use it for, say, clarifying, but I wouldn't use it on a regular basis because it does dry out my ends too. But the rest of that line is amazing. So overall, I do love Eden Bodyworks. This line did help me this summer a lot because a number of the products that I needed were lower in glycerin, and that's what I was looking for to help reduce some of that frizz. I just have to avoid the ones that have the glycerin higher up, like the gel and stuff like that. That's where my big problems come in with this line in general right now, I think. That and the gel is really a very soft, loose gel that gives you a soft, loose hold. Anyway, so that's it for today. I hope you like what you've seen, and if you do like what you've seen and you're not subscribed, I hope you will subscribe. If you subscribe, please hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. I currently upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but towards the end of December, definitely in January, I'll be going down to 2 days a week, which is Monday and Friday. In addition to those 2 days a week, however, we will still have our bonus videos, which includes my son opening his My Geek box every month. And after January, more than likely, I will still be opening indie brands as bonus videos. And in the summer, hopefully, we'll see if we decide to do it this year, we will have our usual container gardening videos for the summer. If you're part of my notification squad, please check both your bell and your subscription to make sure they're both still active. You probably don't need to, but you may want to anyway. I've not been having issues with those, but you never know what's going to happen. YouTube makes changes. I mean, you know, we've seen it. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. They make changes and things glitch up. So you may want to check just in case we've got a glitch up going on right about now. Yeah, maybe. I haven't seen any, but you never know. If you choose not to subscribe, well, considering all the mumbling I just did, I would understand. However, we hope that you will still come back and visit us again, because you're always welcome here. And when you do come back again, please don't forget your cup of tea. Doesn't need to be as big as your head. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It doesn't even have to be tea. Bring a cup of whatever you want to keep yourself, entertained, fed, comfortable, relaxed while you're watching. All right, so it's been steeping for a while. Let's see if those spices of the dragon spicy chai thing has come in yet. And then let's get out of here because, yeah, I'm kind of losing it a little bit. At least, I love the smell of this chocolate. I swear to God. I don't smell the spices, but I love the smell of this tea. This is the stash teas. They'll be linked down below. Beautiful tea. Yes, takes a minute, but they're in there. That is really, really good. It's a very nice tea. I will link them down below. These are two of my favorite stash teas, and I like combining them like this quite frequently. I also like combining this dragon chai with the another chocolate they have, which escapes me at the moment. So since we're getting off ready to go here, I'll just let it go. But it's the chocolate hazelnut. There we go. Just took a minute. Yeah, I like mixing that spicy tea with their other teas. This is really nice. It's not quite up to, like, say, Mexican hot chocolate spiciness, but it's nice. It's really good. Anyway, that's it. Hope you have a great day.